Hey guys, welcome to Series World. Today I'm going to explain an erotic thriller series called Dark Desire from 2022. Turn on subtitles and spoilers ahead. The final episode opens with Dario getting ready in front of the mirror to pretend to be his lookalike. He makes some slight changes to his face. The scene changes to Dario explaining to Alma that he made his doppelganger so that he can deceive Lise. He can also save himself from others, such as Esteban, who are after his inheritance. To proceed with his plan, he transferred all of his money to the account in Andorra and transformed them into bitcoins. His father was falsely blamed for the murder of Leslie for this inheritance. Alberto also died at the hands of Lace for this inheritance. So he did all of this to save himself. Alma then asks him about the photo of Lucinda with the twins. Dario reveals that it was he who planted this as false evidence in Lucinda's suitcase. All of this is pretty crazy to Alma, so she starts leaving. Dario begs her and starts holding her back to make her stop. Alma expresses that she doesn't trust him because not only did he do all of this, but he also tried to murder her. He even created an alibi for himself. Alma then suspects that Dario is the one who murdered Giulietta, but Dario hysterically starts saying that he's not a murderer. The scene cuts to Esteban, who is informing Lise that Gerardo's confession will ruin her. He has revealed to Esteban that not only Lise asked his help to pretend to be the seamstress, but she also asked for video evidence of Alma and Dario making out in the laundry room. Esteban also adds that Gerardo told him that not only did Lise instruct him to delete the security video footage, but she also made him plant evidence in Alma's apartment. Esteban suggests to Lise that she should talk now, but she refuses to tell the truth until they bring Alma to her. Meanwhile, Dario is showing Alma a bulletproof vest that has a gunshot. He explains that Eugenia and Esteban are after his life. Dario gives Alma two options, either to choose him and live a life with him, or to turn him in for pretending to be his lookalike. Alma listens to all of this but doesn't reply. Instead, she starts kissing him. The scene changes to Eugenia. Jimenez informs her that Mendoza has found out Mark Jennings was an American citizen who died 5 years ago in Texas. This is a case of identity theft. Mark Jennings' body structure and height match Dario. Eugenia is confused as to how he managed to trick the security filters at the border. Jimenez replies that the security filters are quite loose there. Eugenia instructs him to tell Mendoza to search all the video footage of the border to find out who this identity thief is. Meanwhile, Dario gets ready with an engagement ring. The scene cuts to Alma, who is talking with Lise. Lise confirms that what Esteban told her about Lise is true. She was there at the bachelorette party. She sent Julieta the video of Alma and Dario being intimate in the laundry room to mess up her wedding. She also drugged her to bring her to the laundry room to create another scandal. But before that, she went to the terrace to meet with Giulietta. There, she pretended to be her seamstress. She comforted Giulietta when she opened up to her about what happened with Dario. Lise suggested to her that they confront Dario together, but Giulietta urges her to leave as Dario is coming here to talk to her. Hearing that, she runs and hides in the storage room of the terrace. From there, Lise heard both of them yelling, but after some time, it became silent. Then Alma came to the terrace. She found Dario unconscious on the terrace and Giulietta already dead. After Dario and Alma left, Lise picked up Giulietta's phone from the terrace and later tempered with it. Alma asks her why she went to such lengths and whether it's to punish her and Dario. Lise explains that it was never Dario and Alma, but the story was always about her and Dario. She did stuff she thought she could never do because of Dario. She even confesses to killing her husband because of Dario. Meanwhile, Dario is having dinner with Inigo. They both discuss Lise and her wrongdoings. Dario gives Inigo his and Giulietta's engagement rings back. He thanks him for still trusting him after all of this. The story goes back to Lise. She tells Alma that Dario made her mad in love. She got the biggest shock from him when he left after stealing all her jewelry and money. But by then, she was already pregnant with his baby. She had thought of telling him this news after they settled in Paris. Before that, Lise lost 3 babies and was unable to have any more with Alberto. As a result, they completely stopped being intimate. Instead of telling him the good news in Paris, she was having a miscarriage at a clinic in South Paris. Alma asks her that. It's understandable why she hates Dario so much. But what about her? Lise explains that she didn't hate her at first, but used her. She sent Dario's wedding invitation to make her join the group therapy. But later, when she saw Dario was ready to leave everything for Alma, she was jealous and furious. So, she planted evidence against her to incriminate her. Meanwhile, Mendoza is explaining to Eugenia that he found nothing in the video footage. Eugenia gets a call from Alma requesting to talk to her alone, so she dismisses Mendoza and Jimenez. The scene cuts to Inigo and Leonardo talking about what they'll do from this point on. But Leonardo gets a call from Alma asking him a favor. Zoe is also seen talking with Mao. Mao requests her not to bid goodbye, but she bids him goodbye. Karina also comes there, and Mao greets her too. After Mao leaves, Karina gives Zoe a bag full of her stuff. Karina asks her whether they can still be friends, but Karina suggests maybe later on. Zoe gives her a big hug and starts leaving. But before she can leave, she gets a call from Alma. The scene changes to Alma, who is on the hotel terrace. She thinks about the scenarios of how Dario could kill Giulietta that night. Meanwhile, Dario gets a call from someone talking in a fake voice. The man suggests that he go to the terrace right now. He also informs him that he knows what happened that night at the terrace, and he also knows that Dario had killed Giulietta. After Dario goes to the rooftop, the man who is now revealed to be Esteban, who says hi to Dario from the opposite building. Esteban asks him how much his silence is worth to Dario. While this is going on, Inigo is asking Eugenia whether she's sure about what she's telling him. She replies that she's not, but this is a risk she's willing to take. Inigo agrees to cooperate, but tells her that this is the last time he'll be doing this. Jimenez brings a financial intelligence officer, and Eugenia instructs Inigo to work with the officer to figure out whose bank account this is. Meanwhile, Dario is checking out of the hotel while talking with someone named Mark. The Mark guy informs him something, and Dario starts panicking. He checks his account, but his account login is denied again and again. Before he can figure this out, Leonardo bursts in and starts holding Dario by the collar. He asks Dario whether he planned all of this with Esteban in New York. The hotel staff manages to hold Leonardo back when Dario runs out of the hotel and goes to the opposite building, where he saw Esteban. After reaching the floor, he doesn't find Esteban, but Alma. Alma tells him that his coming here means he was the one who killed Giulietta. A scene is shown where Giulietta is showing Dario the video of him and Alma, and asking for an explanation. Dario tries to plead with her, but she calls Alma to come to the terrace. This infuriates Dario, and he snatches the phone from Giulietta. Alma asks Dario what Giulietta told him that night that made him kill her. Alma states that Dario was scratched by Giulietta, and that's why one of her nails was missing. She also states that nobody hit Dario in the head and made him unconscious. He was just an animal ready to hunt. A scene is then shown where Giulietta and Dario are fighting when Dario puts his hand on her mouth to try and stop her. After that, he throws the drugged Giulietta off the terrace. After explaining her theory, Alma tells him to confess his crime so that they both can be free. Dario keeps denying, but Alma keeps on pushing him. Dario pushes her on the ground and gets on top of her, asking where they hid the microphones. Alma manages to push him off of her. He then becomes paranoid and starts looking for cameras in the room. Dario looks at the camera and tells that she and Esteban are the ones who planned and killed Giulietta. Alma grabs a gun from a hidden compartment and aims it at him. She tells him that only one of them can live to set the others free. But before she can fire, he manages to grab the gun. Eugenia and the other officers who were keeping an eye on them start running towards the building to save her, but Esteban reaches the place before. He shoots Dario from behind. After that, flashbacks show the scene of Giulietta's death to other impressionable moments of the series. The scene changes to Dario in a hospital bed while being handcuffed on the bed. Inigo is standing beside him, and Dario asks him what's happening and why he was there. Inigo doesn't give a proper answer and leaves. Meanwhile, Alma is telling her experience to Monica. She has finally seen the dark side of Dario. Shockingly, this revelation has set her free. Even though she didn't have any physical evidence against him, she made him give his confession. After Dario was shot, she pushed a truth serum in his body. While he was being taken away in the hospital, he confessed that Giulietta made him kill her. Liz is also seen in her prison uniform, much happier than before. Later, Alma is seen walking away while breathing freely like never before. The series ends with a red heart balloon flying away in front of Dario's hospital window, while the balloon shows middle finger to Dario. To watch more explanations of these kinds of series, click on the videos on your screen, and don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. And at last, thanks for watching.